a very reluctant Shadow to work for him and basically be his thug. Um, and Shadow, as I say, reluctantly agrees. Turns out Mr. Wednesday is the physical manifestation of Odin of Norse theology, and he's trying to rally all these old gods that people have brought over the centuries to America, and he's trying to rally them to fight this epic battle, war, whatever, against new gods that are popping up, such as gods of technology and media and transportation and conspiracy theories. And I mean, we'll get into the ins and outs of all that later. But so Odin slash Mr. Wednesday is trying to rally all the old gods to fight this epic war against the new gods, and so Wednesday and Shadow have some really crazy adventures, meet some interesting characters, and it's awesome. So that's about all I can tell you without spoiling anything. And so you have that story. That's the big story of American Gods. Now you have this sort of sub story of Bilquis, the physical manifestation of the Queen of Sheba, who is referenced in the Bible, and apparently has taken on a physical form because people have believed her to be more powerful and significant than possibly she is. I'm still looking into her, like, original backstory, because I mean, I haven't read the Bible in and out, but I've read enough, and I go, I don't remember the Queen of Sheba in the Bible. Maybe I didn't read the right parts. So, anyways, so there's her story of how she's surviving as a supernatural being who survives and lives only because people believe in her and worship her to some degree. So there's that story. Now, interspersed with both of these sets of stories, we have the book within a book written by one of the characters, Mr. Ibis, about how these various old gods ended up in the new world. So, stories about Vikings that tried to settle in the new land long before Leif Erikson. You have stories about African slaves bringing over their deities and folklore and theological beliefs. You have stories about Irish immigrants bringing over their deities and theological beliefs, etc., etc. So there's these, and they're called Coming to America stories. And it's a really interesting book, and it's really funny in a weird, quirky way. You know, I mean, I love Neil Gaiman. I love the way that he writes. So, as I said before, I'm working out of the 10th anniversary edition, because to me that is the definitive text. And not that I've read any other text, but to me, if the author says, I like this one best of all, then that's the one we're going to work with. Okay? Okay. So, that's all I can tell you about the story without spoiling anything. But from here on out, I will probably repeat this at the beginning of every episode from here on out. I've got tons and tons of notes that I've been taking as I listen, and even not while I'm listening, but in between listens when ideas come to me. I'm trying to figure out how many episodes it's going to take to cover everything I want to cover about this book. And my worst case scenario is that it's going to take 14 episodes. Now, I'm trying not to spend 3 and a bit months working on this. Not that I couldn't, mind you. I love this book and I could talk about it for forever. But that's going to be kind of boring. And for many listeners, because if urban fantasy isn't really your thing, or if you get angered even at the idea of acknowledging other religious beliefs and other gods, and historically speaking, or even hypothetically speaking, then this is going to be difficult, and I don't want to alienate you, so I want to be able to move on to another book, play, topic. I haven't quite decided what next, but it'll probably be something less exciting. less exciting and easy to read. But we'll have fun with it anyways. So, I lost my train of thought. So yes, so this is all I can tell you, and then we're gonna move on next week. But this is all I can tell you without spoiling everything, and I'll probably have to give a disclaimer at the beginning of every episode. This will contain spoilers, so go read the damn book. As always, you can follow me on social media. My username is PurpleBecca923. That is PurpleBecca923. And that is my username on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Excuse me. I'm sorry. You can visit my website, purplebubblespace.simdiff.com. Link to that on my Spreaker profile if you didn't catch that. My email address, purplebubblespace@gmail.com. And until next time, always remember that education is fresh, so go out there and fly with the penguins. Bye.